Well, Valentine's Day is almost here, and so I thought it would be fun to do a project that features hearts and love and happiness and joy. And I found the perfect artist for this project, to inspire this project, and that is Chris Uphue. And I'm hoping that your instructor will have shown you a little bit of his artwork before starting this project. I will include some of his artwork in this video, but it's brightly colored and simple and fun to do. So I thought it would be a nice project for us during particularly the winter months, right? So if you have a piece of scrap paper, this is just practice. We're going to practice a little bit on how to draw hearts, okay? And he uses very different sizes of hearts and that kind of thing, but it's the same basic shape. So the first thing is that you're going to do, this sort of looks like how we draw birds flying in the sky, right? And then we're going to bring them down to a point that's below where our two curved lines come together. Okay, so let's do that again. Your hearts don't have to be perfect, but sometimes people struggle with one side of the heart being smaller or kind of lopsided to the other side. So doing both sides of the top of the heart really helps avoid that issue. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, so I got the wobblies a little bit on that, but that's okay. So now what you can do is also, and this is something that the artist does, is that he overlaps his hearts. So you want to draw the hearts that you want to be closer to you in its entirety. But then, so let's do a big heart. And actually this one can go off the page. And then it's going to go behind these two. Okay, so now we have overlapping. So this one looks like it's further away than these two. Okay, so that's how you do overlapping hearts. So you can do another one here that's overlapping if you want. Okay, so you're not going to see the tip of it because it's being hidden by this one, and you're going to have a little piece where this one's kind of getting into the heart we just drew. Okay, so now you know how to draw hearts and how to make them look like they're overlapping. So we're ready to move on to our project. So I'll put this away and we'll go over the supply list. Okay, so I've got a piece of watercolor paper here. I'm going to have it be landscape. And if you are working with one of the puzzle cutouts, what we're going to do is you each are going to do your heart composition on one piece of the puzzle, and then when they're all dry and flattened out, then you can install it on a wall where you have the different heart pictures interlocking. Okay, so you also need a pencil and black marker. We are going to use watercolor on these, though if you would like, you could also use watercolor markers if you want, with a little bit of water on it to have the color bleed, but we're going to go with watercolors. I'm using tube watercolors. As you know, it's my favorite. You need some water in a bowl, and then we're going to post a picture of some ideas on how to draw different features on your hearts. Okay, so I'm going to work on my composition first, and we want to fill up the space as much as possible. So I'm just going to kind of lay out the hearts that I want. And we want several, okay? And I'm going to put one here. We don't want them all to be the same size or all lined up. So we're going to put one there, and I'm going to finish these. This one's going to all stay on. It's a little wobbly, but I can fix that up. This one's bigger, so I'm going to have just the tip of it not on the page. And then I'm going to do another one up here, kind of in the center. You can make your own arrangement. Just make sure that you're practicing the overlapping. This one's going to be a little skinnier heart. We're going to do another one here. Whoops. That's why it's always good to draw with a pencil before. All right, so we've got some overlapping here, and then I'm going to do a nice big heart right here. That's actually going to go off the page just a little bit, and then we're just going to see a little bit of it here. Okay, so I've got 5 hearts, and then once I'm happy with those, I'm going to go over them. Okay, so then you want to take your eraser and clean up. It's because, remember, we're using watercolor, and so your lines, the pencil lines, will show up. So we're cleaning up our hearts a little bit. Okay, and now we're ready for the next step, which will be adding features to it. So you see we have several different ways to draw eyes and mouths and noses. They're all pretty simple. And then we have like an extra here. So it could be glasses, it could be eyebrows if you want. So we'll make sure that you have this in front of you while you are creating your heart. So we'll go back to the pencil, and I'm going to kind of figure out. Now you need to work on your eyes being the same size if that's how you want them. And then these are just little fun cartoon eyes. Again, they don't have to be perfect. The main idea is that we want them each to be unique and to be fun. And then we're going to put a little nose. And then we're going to put a very simple mouth. Okay, so we're going to give each of these different expressions. And you can think about what kinds of feelings you want to convey as you are drawing your eyes and the rest of the facial features. So we've got this one. This guy's winking, so we'll do a different little nose here. And we'll do what kind of, we'll just have a very simple little smile with some little dimples. I think I'll put some eyebrows on this one. This one's up a little bit too much. So we'll put it down a little bit more. Got a tongue on that one. He's laughing, so his eyes are a little crinkled up. Kind of making the eyes so that they're all sort of looking at each other. Some teeth sticking out on this one. So now that we have the expressions and the eyes already sketched in, let's go with our markers again. And we're going to go over our pencil lines so they'll show through nicely when we apply the color. We're going to use our marker to color in the black. It'll show up a lot better than if we try to paint it. And it's easier to do. Now you want to make sure that you're using a Sharpie or waterproof marker when you're doing this. It's looking fun already. Okay, now we want to take our eraser again and kind of clean up any lines that are showing, because again, they'll have a tendency to show through your watercolors. I'm talking pencil marks. Make sure that you get rid of all of the crumbs. Okay, so now we're ready to do some color, and we want to make our hearts as happy as possible. So I'm going to pull out my watercolors, and we'll kind of choose what colors we want. So I'm going to go with like a purple, blue, probably a green. Oh yes, a red one, obviously. And a blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more color. Let's see. Maybe I'll try a yellow. Okay. So we want to get our water. We want kind of a medium-sized brush. We need our paper toweling and our palette. So I'm going to go with the yellow first, the light color, since our water is nice and clean. Now, on the puzzle piece paper, it's not as thick as a watercolor paper, so don't use quite as much water as you might. One, we want the colors to be nice and vibrant, right? But also we don't want our paper to start falling apart from too much water. So we're gonna paint our hearts, and then we'll go back and do the color of the eyes and then the background. Okay, so we're done with that. So we're going to use a red. There we go. I like that darker better. Okay, so I think you understand how to do this step. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and we can all work on our different colors of hearts and then we'll get back together. Okay, so I've got all of my hearts painted, nice colors now. And now it's time to take a different color and paint the color of our eyes. So I've picked out a light blue and I'm just going to make it easy and use just the same color on all my eyes. And that's a little large of a brush. There we go. This will be better. Yeah, that works better. You can make some green, you can make them blue, whatever color you want to do, but I'm just going to make it easy for this video purpose. There we go. Okay. Now if you want to paint the tongue, you can do that. Okay, now if there are any of the black lines that you've put a lot of paint over them and they're kind of fading, you can go ahead and once your paint dries, you can go over those, but you got to wait till it all dries. Okay, so now it is time for the background, and you can do different colors if you want. I'm a little limited on my palette here with this particular set of watercolors, but you can do, let's see, what do I have here? I've got a crimson red, so that might be, this is more of an orange red, so that might be kind of fun to do. And instead of painting it solid, I think I'm going to make it like little dots. or just little brush marks. Now you can do different sections in different colors. It really is what you want to do. I'm just kind of blotting it right now and reloading my paintbrush every so often. You want to go all the way up to the edge. Okay, and then you can go back and kind of check to see if there are places where you've got too much light showing. These are kind of light here, so I'm going to go back over it. Just to kind of even the color out. All right, and there we go. Okay, so you want to let this dry and then put some weight on it so that it lays flat. And then if you have the puzzle pieces, you can put those together and put them on a wall. so other people can enjoy your artwork. Thank you very much.